Alright, welcome back everybody, this is Eagle Eye Gaming, and today I'm here with Minecraft Speed Build. I went into creative mode on this one, and I wanted to make like a flat domain, so that's what we did. We made a big old flat domain, and it worked out really well. And what I wanted to do was just kind of show you guys how I build random stuff. I enjoy building more than I do actually playing the game of Minecraft. This is more my style of play. So, where I've been doing the survival, I kind of got, I don't know, burnt out on it a little bit maybe. So I thought, okay, well let's revamp this and start over again and see if I can get a speed build going. So what we're going to do here is this first house does get changed because I made the dimensions wrong, but we're going to build a small city, and slowly over time I'll post multiple episodes as I work with the editor system to get this to work out properly. I'll build out the whole city and show you guys how I would build a city and how I do things like that. And if this works out well enough, I'll actually start posting up videos of like speed builds of Bulbasaurs, Pokemon stuff that I do, cities that I do. And that's more my style. I like Minecraft for the architectural point, not so much because it's the game of Minecraft. So what we did is we made 4 separate buildings. I went 3 blocks apiece. As you can see, I just counted right there. 3 blocks, 4 blocks deep, 5 blocks wide, and that'll pretty much build my house out with just enough room to put the basic essentials in it, which is what I like to do. I didn't do that in this episode. That will be another one. This city is not even anywhere near finished or close to being done built, but I did want to kind of throw it up there and see what you guys think really is what this is all about. So we started with the one house down here. This is where I realized that the dimensions are off. So again, I'm going to knock out this wall here and add another wall right at the end. That way we can get one more spatial point in there, because if not, the bed's not really going to fit, and then I can't do like the counters and the sinks if I decide to do that, and so on and so forth. So, and yes, I skipped over the edge of the building right there. I completely forgot that the top needed to be dealt with at that point. And what I'm doing here, so how I did that effect right there is I took nether brick stairs, and I flipped them upside down. And when you flip them upside down, you can get kind of like that awning look to it, and I really kind of like that. It gives it more of a textural appeal, in my opinion, when it comes to building a house or doing something in Minecraft. So I do that, and then I'll circle around, and this is where I also realized that I needed to extend the corner of that house out as well. So what I do is I'll take the staircase, and I was having difficulties because you got to be angled the right way for that to work, and I think that I just realized I messed that up again. But I'll take the stairs and I'll put them up on the building here, as you can see what I'm doing there, and I can place them all the way up and make like an actual roof instead of having a double block roof. It looks more like a stacked shingle effect, and that's kind of really important for me to have in a city. I like it to look like a city. Now right here I'm looking for like the seafoam lights and the glowstone, and it's been a while since I've played in Minecraft, and I don't play the creative as much as I would like to, so looking for it took a second, but you'll see what I'm going to do with the glowstone, as well as I passed it over twice now watching myself do this. So the glowstone, what I do is I take it and I'll put it on top to give it that light effect, so that way you don't have your monsters or anything spawning up there. And right there is where I realized that I messed that up again. So you take the glowstone and I'll put it in top of the buildings, and I'll put it in front of the buildings, and I try to light it up so that way you can basically see, or basically keep everything out. Now that I was thinking about putting a garden bed right there, but decided, probably not the best idea, not enough dirt. I'll actually make a full farm and garden area. Now right here's where I thought it might look better if we took the buildings and made it a 2-door building rather than just a single door. I was having difficulty because I forgot that I put the staircase up there, or the stairs up there already. So again, if you're not at the right angle, it's not going to sit right, and then you'll have to, of course, break it and then start again. So, and we did four buildings total this way, and in every video I ever do, building anything in Minecraft, or really it's just Minecraft actually. If I ever build a city or do something and I'm in a freestyle play like this, I always go with one excessively large building. I don't know why. So that's after we finish up these little houses here, you'll actually get to see my excessively large building, which is actually still scaled down for my usual. But I figured I didn't go very far on the speed build because I didn't know if my editor system was going to be able to do this. So right now we're just going to show you the basics of how I built and kind of what it turned into. And eventually I'll put like villagers and stuff in this and we'll have an actual playable area. And I can turn this into a survival thing. Probably won't do that. Mostly because I put it on a flat plane because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time knocking a bunch of stuff out. I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I like to build and the things that I do in Minecraft. So, yeah. Okay, so I think here's where I got the what is it? Streetways, like the sidewalks built. I like using gold. It's a nice color contrast against that deep burgundy right there. And when you put that all together, it really does make the whole thing pop up a little bit nicer. But here's my attempt at building in a straight line, which failed miserably. But this is our excessively large building. And as you can see, I'm still trying to scale it back. Because I realize that if I go to my usual excessively large, we'll be here forever. So I'm going to scale that back and then build it about 5 high. I do it in 5s. Everything's kind of in 5s with me in Minecraft. I go 5 up and then build a floor, and then 5 up and build a floor, 5 up and build a floor, so on and so forth. So we're just going to get the walls put up here and kind of work our ways around this. And you'll see the transition when that point comes up. But for here, I always put the brick up first. I don't know why I can't like visualize it and then put it all together. I can only build the outer box and then kind of break it down from there and get what I want going. And right here I was having excessive issues because I'm not used to flying. So I kept falling in between the bricks. And this is where I decided it's easier if I just go behind it and pull the bricks to me. So again, alright, so this is where my transition point was going to be. This is why I specifically built that out. I went a little further out than I would have liked to, but I figured for what I'm going to do with this later, it would be fine to have it that far out. Again, too fast with flying, it doesn't work with the same method that I usually use for building. So, I mean, that is what it is. But I kind of figured out a way to work around it here. I'm just going to go in a square pattern and put the roof up, or the ceiling up in this case. I think this one's actually the roof side. So, yeah, this is definitely fun. It's interesting to see myself in a really high speed build here. And maybe if this actually works out, what I'll do is I'll transfer this over to my Sims as well and stop having you guys watch me go through everything at a slow pace. And if I can really speed the video up and shorten it down for you, I'll definitely be doing that. Again, I kept getting stuck right there because I'm a D2D. So that other side over there is what I'm going to turn into the balcony. Look, horsey. And then I'm going to turn that other side into the balcony. This is where I kind of started counting off my 5s. My first level I may or may not have counted. I don't remember. But I did try to keep it at the 5 levels. Here's where I'm counting 4 up. 5th brick will give you the floor. And there's where I'm counting it off again. Now I left this open because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in windows. And I really like to keep it open and airy and keep everything kind of well lit. And if I can do it with natural light rather than throwing in a bunch of lighting stuff that's just going to bog up the walls and everything, I'd rather do it like that. So I kept this open at the top so that way I can actually sit back and put in a bunch of windows so we can get that natural light and keep this thing very flowy, very nice and comfortable. Now I do like the windows because I also don't like things spawning on the wall and falling in. So here's where we start this. After I get this layer up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on the ceiling. And I fell off, but that's beside the point. What I do with the ceiling is a little bit different. Rather than consistently building up a massive block in case I decide to use it like an attic space, which that's my placer block that I'll put up. And I'll do that with each one. I'll actually put a placer like that, and we'll use that for the next level rather than filling all of that in with block, because eventually, like I said, I'll open that up and I'll use that for a staircase or a room or something along those lines, and it just makes it a little bit easier to kind of work with. I don't know. I like having those extra spaces. I don't like putting in a bunch of dead space if I can avoid it, which sometimes you can't avoid that, and that's not really a big issue either. So that gives you your light up there. That keeps things from spawning inside of it. It might not be enough light, but if something spawns up there, it's just as simple as going up and adding torches on the inside. No big deal. I was looking for stained glass, but I don't have that download to put in there. So what I ended up doing was just using regular glass here and placing it into the top windows. Like I said, I wanted that real balcony feel to it, so we put in the top windows here, and after I finish the top windows, I believe I'm going to be running back outside after putting the walls up. So like I said, not a whole lot happened on the inside here, and that's okay, because that'll be another episode on its own. I built this out one more because I wanted that room to look a little bit bigger, and I'm leaving those spaces there because I'm still deciding exactly where I'm going to place the front windows up on this side of the house. I really should have gotten better lighting. So this is a glowstone, and I like to do this like a relaxing lounge area type idea. So that was kind of the thought process behind this when I actually started that. And then I realized it looks kind of dumb like that, so I knocked those two out, put some regular brick, and then I realized I wasn't centered here, so we're going to knock that out, put in some regular brick, and put this all back together in one consistent method. So that way it just looks better and it feels better and everything's kind of uniform, so my OCD doesn't drive me insane with it. So again, we're going to do the awning right here around this building, and I like to have fun when I do these awnings because they do get repetitive. It does take time, and building, like I said, can be very tedious and kind of boring to watch. But what I do is, when I'm doing the building, you'll see it on the next layer, I'll put down a layer here, and then I'll build it out and kind of make like a staircase going up, so it's more fun to watch it all kind of come together right on the ends there. And you'll catch it right here, because at the back side it kind of like pinches itself off, and it's just cool to look at, in my opinion. So I don't know, you guys can all have your own particular methods as to how to do that if you haven't used this. Also in here I do show you how to build a couch and a couple of tables if you haven't done that before. And basically, as we go along with Minecraft, I might just turn this, keep a series of Minecraft of showing you guys how to build certain things. So if there's something specific you want me to cover, let me know. And right here's what I'm talking about. You see how it pinched off right there? I really like that look, but I always like it to be filled in as well. So at the end of it, it's kind of like my little prize for getting all the way around that. And now we're going to knock out the front door for the building, put in the walkway, and get the light going up. And that was actually one thing that I kind of laughed at myself, is the fact that I managed to keep that sheep from falling into the ground. So I'm trying to decide here pretty much where I want to run the walkway down the center of the town. And yeah, I wanted to keep it very, very well put together, like dead center down the town. Now, I don't know if I hit dead center, but to me, I kind of hit close, and that's good enough. As long as it doesn't look off is kind of what I was looking for with this. And then we'll do the gold block inlay next to the main building. This will take you over to the other house over there. And what I was trying to figure out was why I was off here. So what I'm going to do is just wrap the gold all the way around, and that'll be in another episode. But we're going to fill everything up with gold because gold, like I said, I like the contrast of the gold versus that glowstone and the contrast against the wall there, where it actually kind of all just comes together. It very much complements each other in color, in my opinion. Now, I'm not an interior designer or anything, but in Minecraft, you don't really have a huge option of styles, in my opinion, for what can go together. And gold blocks, really, in Minecraft, what else are we going to use them for? So I like using these specifically for pathways and things like that, flooring maybe. Every now and then I'll make like a special couch or nightstand type thing out of them, but this is just, everything's connected now. I think here, yep, I've got the nether brick post, and I'm actually going to make a lamp post because I like the idea of street lamps, and I realized right there it's too low. Right there is where I wanted it to sit. Still didn't look right to my feel here, so I wanted to bring it up one more higher so I can put all this right on the bottom like this. And then I made 3 or 4 of these. I'm not entirely sure, but I try to go at the corner of each little walkway. Kind of like if you're walking down a city street, you'd see it. So that's 1, 2, I think I've got 3. Yeah, we did 3 of them. And I moved that one over because I didn't want it to have that dead space right in that area. So we're going to make the street lamps, and then I kind of looked at them afterwards and I decided, well, maybe we can kick them up a notch. So I threw another light on them. I don't know if I like it better or worse. You guys can leave that one for me. If you like it better with this little kick up on it, that's cool. If not, I can take them off. Not a big deal. But it's just an idea out there. So I really do like having everything kind of connected to a central pathway. Eventually this town will lead into like an area where there's a big water fountain. This will be like the lounge or whatever you want to call it at that point. If I haven't gotten to what I really wanted to do with the interior, I just wanted to build the exterior town and kind of show you what I do. So through this, I'm going to put the chairs up here, and this is basically how you build a couch. You put a block, a stair, and then a block, and it looks kind of like a sitting or a lounge area. Now this worked out really well. When I did the build out of this, I had equal space on both sides, so I could put the same length couch on each end. And then all I'm doing for tables is I'm taking the nether brick post and a weighted pressure plate, and I'm putting the weighted pressure plates on top of the nether brick post to make it look like tables. Here's, I'm going to put in the staircase and kind of wall off the 2 areas that are going to be 2 separate areas. And hopefully with that I'll put in some rooms or maybe make this like a hotel or something. I knocked out a brick there thinking that I had already put the stair on it. I didn't, so easy fix. Now this wall is going to be built out. I didn't put any real lighting in the next room yet. And of course you got to have your doorways. So what's going to end up happening is these are probably going to be doorways leading into a main room that's going to lead to like rooms off to the side, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Now the torch is of course for light, and I like having 2 torches at all the doors if I can do it. I did forget to put them outside, but I figured the street lights and the glowstone would work. I did come back and put them inside the buildings, and right here's where I started knocking out the windows for the buildings. Now on this one I realized I put that window just too far back later, so I'm going to come back fix that. And we're going to go down each one and keep everything uniform, looking pretty much the same way it's all the way through. And hi little sheep buddy. I love little sheeps. Sheeps are fun! We love sheeps. So we're going to put in the windows, and now we're going to do the floors. And I like to do floors differently in each house, give it its own little spunky style, its own moxie, so to speak. So this one got the diamond floor. The next one I think will get the golden floor, which is, I always have a habit of either knocking out an extra block or knocking out something. I always hit something that I'm not supposed to hit when I'm doing this. So this one has the emerald floor. I was thinking about the iron floor. I don't think I actually used it. I used the redstone. That's right. So I put redstone floor there. This one got the emerald. So I put in basically a different floor for each thing, and as the thing goes on, I'll build bigger houses and show you what I do with an entire house build. Now we're going to go back to the main building and put in windows. I want them all one block on the end there, so that got the extra single window because I still wanted it to match up on the end. And we're going to go through and even that out. Coming to the other side, we're still going to put in the windows. I did something a little more interesting on this side. So I thought it would be a nice textural appeal to add that extra window just up higher. Here's where I realized that even if I did that, I wasn't going to be even with the other side of the house, so I wanted to just kind of put that all together and get it lined up right. That extra window up there, I kind of like where it's sitting. I like it up higher. I like it to just change paces. I don't want it all to look exactly the same. Like a plain boring house with whatever I can get in it. Now when I knocked all this out, I came back and realized there is a sheep in here. There is a sheep. And I think I turn around and you'll see it. See, there's a sheep in here. It jumped through the window. Now he's our prisoner, and he's going to hang out in this building forever. So we got the cow outside, and this is basically what I wanted to build with the city. So this is our start of our little city. I hope you guys enjoy this. It was definitely fun to build. It's nice to see that I can speed things up and keep going. If you guys like this episode, go ahead and smack the crap out of the like button. Don't forget to hit the notification button and the subscribe button. And I will see all of you guys in the next video.